Herzlich willkommen to lesson number 2 of German for Heritage Speakers. Today is a continuation of lesson 1, really. We're just going to go a little bit more into depth of how to getting organized and how to relearn some of the study habits from your past. I'm assuming that most of you are out of school, but it's not necessary or not necessarily the case. This will help you either way to reinforce good habits or developing good habits to learn the language properly. And we're also going to talk about, again, some of the very basics of German. So enjoy, and please subscribe to my channel if you like this. Comment if you have any questions, anything you would like me to do. I will be happy to incorporate it in any of the upcoming episodes. So thanks again for watching and enjoy today's episode. Let me remind you that you can download my first 3 lessons on teacherspaidteachers.com. You may also just pause and take your own notes. But lesson 3 actually has a worksheet and it goes hand in hand with today's lesson. And it might save you some time to just download it instead of having to recreate it. Anyways, lesson number 2, we're setting goals, we're developing habits, and we're kind of getting ahead of what we're going to accomplish. So we're going to look at some basics. That means we're just going to think about them and see, do I really need to start there, or do I have a good base and can start at a later point already, maybe applying the language more actively. The first point here is to set your goals. You want to think in 4-week brackets, so don't necessarily think about a super time-intensive, difficult goal. You may want to verbalize in 3 months from now, in 6 months from now, in 1 year from now goals as well, but then go back or go down to the 4-week brackets. You can also already point out the 4, 8, 12, 16, and so forth goals and plan that out in a nice little map if you want to. But then also focus on the first 4 weeks in specific. And when you do this, then you break down the main goal that you have in 4 weeks or in 8 weeks and so forth into the smaller manageable goals that you want to achieve or that you need to achieve in order to then get to that overarching goal. And then, of course, you make a plan. That's number C now already. You make a plan for each week itself. On lesson 3, I will provide you also with a little worksheet that will help you structure this and help you track your progress. That's really it about the goal setting. And from my experience of working one-on-one with heritage learners, I've seen a lot of you need to develop study habits again. Some of you might have been out of school for quite a while, so it takes a while to get back into the swing of things. So you want to make sure that you schedule your daily activities. So if you don't have a physical notebook or a physical calendar, make sure you use your iPhones or other devices to remind yourself, oh, I need to study for 5 minutes now, or 20 minutes, or 30 minutes. So schedule it in, like every day or every other day, as much as you have time in your days. Also, I suggest not to go more than 50 minutes of one study session, unless you get totally lost in what you're doing. Then that's completely fine. But 50 minutes is a good time for your brain capacity to work well, especially with languages. So the time is important. That's point B. So you want to develop a routine too. So maybe the same time each day, or maybe on the hour is a good time to start, or maybe in the evening you study better than in the mornings. So that's really up to you, but schedule it in, make a plan, a timetable even, and then check it off. Then the third part is also the location that I've mentioned in lesson 1 already. It definitely helps to have a certain study spot where you already have all your materials set up, so you don't waste time on that each time if you switch places a lot. Or if the weather is nice, I mentioned that, go outside. Fresh air always helps the brain as well. So there are multiple ways for you to really get organized and get started with your studies. And definitely the developing habits might take a while. So 3 weeks, give it 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Maybe the first 4 week cycle is a good idea to also focus on getting back into the swing of things. So the getting ahead part basically relies on the idea that I want you to have a good foundation to establish more knowledge and to deepen your understanding of German and your practice of German. So part A here is I want you to practice and do the alphabet and pronunciation of certain letters. So you can already start with that, and I will then revisit it in lesson number 4 actually. But make sure you can do the alphabet in German and you pronounce the letters correctly from the start. If not, then already get started and maybe putting that as little sub goals into your plan. And then for number B, I also already want you to get started using your notebook that I talked about in the last lesson and just spend a little bit of time on that as I describe here. And then finally, I also want you to think about the resources that you've decided to use and buy them or get them, make them available to you easily so that you don't waste time on, getting the resources each lesson. So get that in order before you even get started with anything else. All right, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to check out my Quizlet and my teacherspayteachers.com downloads that I put out there for you. So if you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to comment and let me know what I can do for you. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.